The Whispering Willow. Once upon a time, in a quiet glade far beyond the edge of any known map, there stood a great willow tree. Its silver leaves shimmered in the breeze, and its branches stretched like arms that welcomed the stars. Beneath this willow lived a girl named Mira, an orphan raised by the tree's whispering magic. Mira could speak to the wind, listen to flowers, and read the dreams of sleeping animals. She had never seen another human, yet she never felt lonely, for the willow loved her like a mother. One morning, the whispers of the tree grew troubled. The wind carried news. The heart of the forest, an ancient crystal buried beneath the world's roots, had begun to crack. If it shattered, the balance of nature would fall, and all the wild magic would vanish forever. The willow said, "Mira, the forest chose you. You must find the crystal keepers and restore the heart." So Mira set out, guided by starlight and an owl named Thistle. Her path took her through the mirror marsh, where every step echoed with a memory. She crossed the singing caves, where she had to match melodies with her voice to pass unharmed. And she climbed the sky vine tower, a vine that touched the clouds. At the top, Mira met the crystal keepers, guardians of old magic who had turned to stone in their sleep. Only one spark of true kindness could awaken them. Mira placed her hand on their cold stone hearts and whispered a lullaby the willow once sang. Slowly, the keepers stirred. The cracks in the heart of the forest began to seal. But just then, a shadow rose, an ancient spirit of greed that fed on wild energy. "Give me the heart," it hissed, "and I will give you a world of gold and power." Mira stood firm. The world doesn't need more gold. It needs wonder and wild things and whispers in the wind. With those words, her spirit shone with light. The shadow screamed and vanished into dust. The crystal keepers bowed, and nature breathed easy once more. When Mira returned to the willow, the tree wept silver tears of joy. She was no longer just a forest child. She was now the guardian of the wild whisper, protector of all that grows unseen. And each night, when stars bloom in the sky, you can still hear the willow whisper her name. Mira, the girl who saved the heart of the world. The end. Leora and the Lantern of Lost Light. Once upon a time, in the valley of Everglen, where the dawn always shimmered soft and golden, there lived a girl named Leora. She was the candle keeper of the village, a humble task passed down from her grandmother. Every night, Leora would light lanterns throughout the village to keep away shadows that fed on forgotten dreams. But Leora had a secret. One of the lanterns she carried, old and bronze, with glass that glowed faintly blue, never went out, no matter the weather. Her grandmother had called it the Lantern of Lost Light and warned her, "One day it will show you a path meant only for you." That day came sooner than she expected. One twilight, the lantern flared brighter than ever before and pointed toward the Darkwood, a forbidden forest where no one returned. Leora knew she had to follow. With trembling hands and a brave heart, she stepped into the unknown. Inside the Darkwood, the trees whispered forgotten names, and shadows tried to trick her with illusions of home. But the lantern burned through the lies. It revealed creatures hiding from the light, not evil, but lost. A blind fox with golden fur, a songless bird with rainbow feathers, a sleeping child made of stone. The lantern pulsed and guided her deeper to a clearing where time stood still. In its center stood a tall, cracked mirror. Leora approached and saw not her face, but memories long buried. Her mother's lullaby, her own fears, moments of courage she had forgotten. Then a voice echoed, Will you trade your light to awaken the forgotten?" Without hesitation, Leora said yes. The lantern floated from her hands, rose into the air, and shattered, sending starlight across the forest. The fox could see. The birds sang again. The stone child opened her eyes. And Leora? She found herself glowing softly from within. Her light, once carried in a lantern, now lived in her heart. She returned to Everglen, and though the lantern was gone, she lit the village lamps as before, but now her very presence calmed the night. Children stopped having nightmares. Dreams returned. From that day forward, people said her light could never be stolen, because it wasn't borrowed or hidden in a lantern. It was born from love, courage, and sacrifice. And deep in the forest, when the moon is full, some say you can still see a gentle glow where the lantern once broke, a reminder that even lost light can find its way home. The end.